Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. It is the best day of the week. We're starting off today with the Throat Chakra Crystal Singing Bowl. Throat Chakra. Last week I took the filter off. I did not put it back on. So I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. And I don't care either. Throat Chakra. Communication. Truth. We need to be hearing the truth. Hearing. For those with eyes to see and ears to hear, you will see the truth and hear the truth and know the truth. For the rest of the people, they can bury their heads in the sand and keep it there and live their little muggle lives and not have a clue as to what's really going on. They're watching the news. They're worrying about all the distractive crap that's going on out there that doesn't mean anything. It's just a distraction. It's just a distraction, people. So you don't go inside yourself, because what is the most important thing right now? It's here. It's here. It's our connection to God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, Great I Am, Truth, Light, the true light, not the false light. I guess I have to point out that I have guests today. Thank you for joining me, guys. So we have these guys over here. That's the boss on the end. And then we have these guys over here. They're the ones that actually get some work done. At least that's what they tell me. The reason they're here is because they're getting ready to go outside in our yard. Every time I go to do that, it rains. And I'm not setting up a metal ladder and attaching these guys to the side of the building in the rain. I don't have to. So I'm putting it out there this weekend. It'll be nice out. Oh, and we have our little dog too. Our little dog too. Can you see him? Oh, there he is. He's trying to have some soda. There he is. There's our little dog. He's in his little work outfit. If you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we do here. Today we've got 3 stacks. We've got 2 tarot decks and 1 oracle deck. And your mission is to think of an idea, issue, or question pertaining to yourself, your loved ones, your community, or the world, or whatever. And then intuitively ask your guides, which stack or stacks should I pay more attention to? Stack number 1, stack number 2, stack number 3. I'm not showing you the stacks because I'm encouraging you to use your intuition, not just stare at the cover on a box. Okay? That's not intuition. You're using your physical 3D senses. Ooh, I really like those colors. Use your intuition. Which stack or stacks should you pay attention to? I highly encourage you to just listen to the whole video, because, oh my gosh, there's stuff in all 3 stacks and in between, and at the end I do a blessing. Last week I was a trip, man, and I'm gonna be a trip again this week, because again, no filter on this throat chakra, and I'm gonna speak the truth. I am the Queen of Swords right now. I need to speak the truth. And like I said earlier, for those with ears to hear and eyes to see, it's time for the truth. So, shit's hitting the fan. It already is. If you're looking at the financial market, it's hitting the fan, right? Gold and silver prices are way up, dollar value's down. All kinds of stuff going on with, we'll just say the stock market. If you're looking at like the educational system, so much is going on there. If you're looking at the government system, so much is going on there. Like, all these systems are crumbling, and they're supposed to. This is one of the reasons we came here, is to be a witness to the old satanic world crumbling down. And yes, Satan's been ruling this. If you can't tell that, you're really not paying attention. Everything is about not having morals. Everything is about greed and lust and, like, you know, the 7 deadly sins. So our job is to be that shining light, that lighthouse amongst all the darkness. One of the things, actually, so if we're going to prep for this upcoming big event, what does that mean? You know, I've said a few times, it's not going to hurt you to have some extra water on hand, some extra food on hand, and some toilet paper. Okay? Every time you go to the store, just spend an extra $10. Put that stuff in a cupboard. It's not a big deal. Use your intuition. What do I need to be working on? A friend of mine is canning. She's canning like crazy because she feels like she needs to. I have been collecting and preserving herbs, mostly for medicinal purposes, not necessarily just to drink as tea. Whatever you feel intuitively you should be doing, that's what you should be doing. Okay? But there's 2 most important things when shit hits the fan. 2. And they don't cost you a dime. Number 1, be calm. Be the calm in the storm. Be the calm. We don't need to react. Everything that's happening right now is happening on purpose and on time. And you chose to be here. So what is there to freak out about? You chose to be here. So go with the flow. Be calm. If something happens, the first thing you're going to do is breathe. The second thing you're going to do is be calm. Now breathe. I don't mean just, I mean, do like the box breathing, where you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, and you release for 4 seconds. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, release through your mouth for 4 seconds. First of all, that calms your physical body down. It calms your emotional body down. You're taking in more oxygen into all your cells so you can be calm. Okay? These are the 2 most important things. Be calm and breathe. Unless you're these guys. They're calm, but they don't have to breathe. Be calm and breathe. The rest you can handle. We all need to be that person that, say, is at the scene of an accident, the one that's calm, not the one that's freaking out and grabbing the phone and going, oh, look at this, look at this. It is not the time to be recording or doing selfies. It's the time to breathe and be calm so you can actually be helping instead of being a hindrance. So, to prep for what's coming, yes, have a little food, some water, some candles maybe, some blankets. Gold, silver, lead. Be calm and breathe. Doesn't mean we need to hoard. Just means, and last week I talked about this too. Have things to do that don't require electricity or the internet. Board games, cards, coloring books and crayons or markers or colored pencils, or a sketch pad if you like to do that. Toys, actual toys. I'm thinking Legos and Tinker Toys and all that kind of stuff. And it doesn't matter if you're 8 or 68 or 108. Toys. Have those things on hand. Flashlights with batteries. We might not have the internet. We might not have electricity, but we have candles. Candles are great because you don't need to recharge them into something, because what if that something dies and you haven't recharged it yet? You don't have a big solar panel to plug it into. Toys. That's the intro. Today we have 3 stacks. Like I said, 2 tarot decks and 1 oracle deck. So, have you thought of your idea, issue, or question? Have you intuitively asked, do I want stack number 1, 2, or 3? Or 1 and 2? Or 2 and 3? Or 1 and 3? Or all 3? Let me find the singing bowl and then we'll start. This guy's holding it. Thank you. What's really funny is they have reflective fabric on their vests. And the other night I walked by and there was enough light coming through the windows over there that they reflected. And as I was walking by, I forgot they were sitting on the couch and I screamed and jumped. It scared the crap out of me. The dogs even jumped. Oh my God, it was hilarious. Oh. Truth, communication, but also creativity. Throat chakra is also creativity. Will you hold this again for me? Thank you. Yeah, you can hold that too. All right, if you chose stack number 1, you are going to get a reading from the Archangel Power Tarot cards. That is Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. And for those of you who have been disillusioned by Doreen Virtue, let that go, man. She created these when she was of the light. Ooh. You want all 3? I heard, well, that's why I flipped them out. Okay. I have noticed my spirit guides are sassier. They're sassier lately. Okay, and I see why you wanted these 3. So 3 cards popped out all together. Wow. So we've got 2 major arcanas surrounding the 2 of Gabriel. 2s are all about keeping your thoughts positive. The first one is card number 14 called Solutions and is Archangel Zadkiel. This is all about forgiving others. This is about bringing in healing energy or sending out healing energy, sending it out to Mama Earth. Mama Earth is in that birth pain kind of thing, before, during, after. I'm getting, I don't know if you can hear that, but they're doing construction outside. It sounds like giant woodpeckers. Anyway, this is all about don't be rigid. Don't be rigid in your beliefs. Think that it has to be done this certain way. It's teaching us to go with the flow. Sometimes the solution isn't what we think it is. And if we just do this and like, nope, it's got to be this way, we are resisting. The universe is like, come on, give us a break. And it's going to hurt when that solution comes through because you are in resisting mode. You're doing this, your knees, I feel like your knees are locked up and you're just in this rigid physical place. And that's not how we're supposed to be. The solution isn't what you think it is. Just like the shit hitting the fan isn't what you think it's going to be. It's not going to have anything to do with the government. It's not going to have anything to do with politics at all. It's not going to have to do with anything you think. It's going to be something different. And your solution needs to be something different. Okay? So instead of forcing it and trying to control it, this card is saying, you know what? Sit back, chill, and let us do the work. We're the universe. We got this. The second card that came out is the Two of Gabriel. Gabriel is the messenger. And it's funny because I always feel like he brings messages, which is throat chakra. This is meeting up with like-minded people. The two card in tarot is about two people or two things coming together, or a person and a thing. Like you're given a project, you're given a job, you're given a home, soulmate, whatever. But this is about meeting up with like-minded people. So the solution that you don't know what it is, meeting up with like-minded people or a person that's going to bring the solution to you. And it's success. I mean, it's also divine. So here's you and this other person, and there's this archangel that is watching over you to make sure that you get what you feel you deserve, what you feel you should receive, right? You have to get in receive mode. You have to know that you deserve all good things. So this is a success. If you go with the flow, there will be success. Also, keep talking to the divine. See, now this is throat chakra right here. Nobody's going to shut me up today. The third card, my most favorite card of all the tarot decks, is the Sun card. The Sun card is another major arcana. And to me, this Sun card is my sun. Whenever I see the Sun card, it's like, oh, hey, Alex, because you are my sun. S-O-N and S-U-N. This card is telling us everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. It's also telling us, pay attention to the sun. That orb that we see out in the sky. Pay attention to it. Watch Stefan Burns. Pay attention to the Three-Eye Atlas. Pay attention to the other comets. Pay attention to the energies that are being sent here. I watch that Schumann resonance and I watch Stefan Burns all the time because I know that I and this body, because it's two different things, we feel what's going on out there. And the cool thing about watching Stefan is that he will talk about this, what's going on out there in outer space and how it relates down here. So when there's a solar flare in a particular part of the sun and it sends it to the earth, there's enhanced earthquake activity in a specific area of the earth. It helps you plan. And you know what? If you're like me, then you can go, okay, I'm going to send healing energy to that part of the planet. I'm going to send healing energy to that part of the sun. Because why wouldn't we do that? I'm going to send healing energy to areas that need it, that are affected. It's kind of like, you know, if there was a pregnant woman here, I would send healing energy to the parts of her that are pregnant. Well, actually, her whole body, because, you know, your whole body's pregnant. But very specific parts. And the baby. And we need to do that with the earth, and we need to do that with the sun. So pay attention to the sun. Yes, shit's going to hit the fan, but we got this. And whatever you were asking about, the solution is going to be something that you are not expecting. So be open to all solutions. Okay? Go with the flow because good things are going to happen. Talk to the divine, God, creator, source, great spirit, great I am, source of light and truth. Thank you for helping me with whatever's going to happen because there is a big event coming. If you can't feel it, I don't know what to tell you. My dogs feel it. That was stack number 1. All right, let me have some water. These guys make me laugh. This one over here the most. The boss. I don't know if you can see that. He's got a cigar in his mouth. It took me a long time to get that cigar just right. And I laughed the whole time I did it. All right. If you chose stack number 2, you are going to get a reading from the Spirit Song Tarot. That is Paulina Cassidy. And it's funny because I originally picked another deck and had to go back because my guys are like, nope, it's got to be Spirit Song. Okay. Spirit Song it is. Have you guys been paying attention to the animals and the birds lately? Holy cow. They know something's up too. The crows have been very, very talkative. There's animals all over the place just acting out of the norm, shall we say. I know my dogs are acting out of the norm. We're going to do 3. Come on. You got one more? No, just 1. Sassy guides. All right, we got 3 cards for stack number 2. We have the 5 of Feathers, also known as the 5 of Air or the 5 of Swords. It is represented in this deck by an armadillo. What does an armadillo do? First of all, he's got that hard, kind of like an exoskeleton, and he can curl up in a ball. What's he doing? He's being calm and he's breathing. Just saying. Patience and having strategy. Earlier, I talked about strategy. Have some things on hand. Make sure that you have the bare necessities. We don't need to go out and, like I said, hoard and do all this other stuff. We just need bare necessities. What happens if there is no electricity and no internet? A lot of people are going to lose their ever-loving minds because they don't know how to exist anymore without the internet or their phones or their notebooks or tablets or PlayStation or whatever. What are you going to do? Just saying. The second card is the Queen of Crystals, also known as the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. And this is represented by the adorable hedgehog. The Queen of Earth or Pentacles, very, very 3D. This is, think about the queen of material things, the queen of comfort. So we can have those minimal things, but once you have that, you might want to add comfort things, like a stash of chocolate. I should probably get on that. Your favorite fluffy blanket and pillow, your favorite books, books, like paper books. Maybe you have favorite books, but you only do them on a Kindle. Well, maybe you get the hard copy. You know? Queen of Crystals. She's got everything she needs. They're jackhammering. That's what they're doing. I don't know what they're jackhammering. When I walk back and forth in the morning to take the kids to school, it's funny because our street was the first street done in this whole neighborhood where they redid the street and the sidewalk. And they've already gone through and marked all the places where the concrete has already broken with bright pink paint. Like, really? That concrete's been there 2 months and it's already big cracks or broken. Like, yeah, quality control. Anyway, your third card is the 9 of Acorns, the 9 of Fire, the 9 of Wands. This card, first of all, it's represented by the Black Panther. This is power. This is perseverance. This is fire and passion. This is FAFO, right? This is me. So for these 3 cards, we've got have a strategy. You've already got your essentials. Now throw in some comfort things. And I've got everything I need, right? Got everything I need. Like I said, I don't need to have a whole house full of hoarding stuff, but I have the essentials and then I have some comfort things. And then don't forget the power and the perseverance and that passion. This is your guns and ammo right here. Maybe you're the guns and ammo. It's when the shit hits the fan, use your discernment. Use discernment. We all need to use discernment. You know, in the Bible, it says that there's going to be a period of time where we don't go out and we don't open the door. So pay attention to that. You'll know when the time comes. It's right around the corner. Don't open the door. Because it will be a time when it's hard to trust people. I mean, more so than now. That was stack number 2. There's a theme. I think our theme should be FAFO. See? They thought it was funny. They're laughing. I love you guys so much. You're so fun. Oh. If you chose stack number 3, guess what you get? Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy. This was another deck that I wasn't going to choose. And my guides were like, oh no, you have to bring in the Lemurians. So I'm talking to the Lemurians right now. Thank you, Lemurians, for being with us at this pivotal moment in humanity's history. We don't understand because we're so blinded and programmed. Most people do not understand how important this period in human history is. Not just, in this year or in this decade, but in human history. This is a huge pivotal point. How much more are the people going to take? There's that. And then there's whatever else is going to happen. All right. What do you want us to know, Lemurians? Thank you so much for being with us and helping us get through this. What would you like us to know? What would you like us to know? These cards are still so stiff. I've had these cards for like 2 years and they're still really stiff. Come on. All right. That one. In my head, I asked you guys to choose. That's one card. You're going to get card number 46. 4 plus 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. This is a new beginning, which we're right on the cusp of. And this card is called Star Seer. Looks kind of like the blue star Kachina to me. Also, look at her third eye. Cool. Listen to your intuition. Trust the holistic journey. Dreams finding their way into being. Looking at the bigger picture. A more aligned outcome than expected, and clarity of the greater path. When we set our dreams and intentions, internal or external shifts may need to occur before we start to see results. Outdated doors may need to close. Ideas that you are holding back may need to transform. Life's winding roads may make it seem as though you are off the path, despite how right your decisions may feel. Trust and know that your higher self may have bigger plans for you. Absolutely, our higher selves have big plans for us. We are in these 3D human bodies, and we shrink ourselves. We shrink ourselves into this body, and we shrink ourselves because of our family and our friends and our coworkers and our society and our church and our, right, everything. We shrink ourselves down. We all need to know that we're these freaking amazing, larger than life beings, energy beings in these little bodies. Okay, this is just my vehicle to get around physically. I can get around without this body. I can astral travel wherever I want, which is really cool because I don't have to buy plane tickets. Or get stuck in like customs or security. So our higher selves are like, come on, girl. Come on, guy. You know you're bigger than this. It's time to come out as the larger than life energy being that you are. Okay? Stop thinking small. People often are like, oh, I really want to do this, but I can't because I'm not big enough to do that. I need to do this, which is like 1/10 of my dream. Screw that. If your dream is to do this and it's big, do it. Take the first step. When you take the first step, the universe says, okay, he really wants that. She really wants that. Let's make it happen, or let's help it happen. So we need to stop shrinking ourselves down. It's so funny because the window is right over there and there's somebody his outfit that just walked past the window. They must be inspecting the sidewalks. And I'm like, I got an orange guy here. There's an orange guy there. I'm surrounded by guys in orange. Oh, hopefully he's a harder worker than you guys because you're not very hard workers. I'm just saying. So this card depicts intuition as a goddess, not as a 3D shrunk down human. Intuition as a goddess. Are you a goddess? Are you a god? I'm not talking the capital G, but a spark of God is in each one of us. So doesn't that mean we are God-like? Yes, it does. So we need to start acting like it. And going all the way back to the beginning of this video where I was talking about being calm and breathing, what would a god do? And I'm not talking about the ones that you see in the movies where they're all about retribution and revenge and all that. I'm talking about a real one. Would they be calm and breathe and go, and a good one, okay, not a bad one. They'd be like, okay, I see what's going on over there. I'm going to help this one out. That one's not supposed to die yet, so we're just gonna get them out of harm's way. They're not going to be overreactive. They're going to be feeling from here with compassion and love. So this card is lifting you out of the clouds of confusion and mind noise and showing you the clear way forward. Breathe. Be calm. She is your higher self and can see your great potential. Trust your instincts and have faith in your dream. You are already on your way. Trust your instincts. Believe in your dream. What is your dream? If you need to, sit down with a pad of paper. I mean, if the electricity goes out, it's a perfect time to be working on this because you have no other distractions. So maybe make the electricity go out. In other words, turn off the TV and the radio and all the other crap. Turn off all the noise. Sit down with a pad of paper. And what is your dream? What is it? What do you really want to do? I sat down the other day with somebody I know. We started talking about our dreams and we have the exact same dream. But she wants to do hers in her home country. And I want to do mine here in my home country. And I said, you know what? We're both going to do this. I feel it. I'm putting my intention out there that you do yours. She put her intention out there that I do mine. I said, when we're doing this and afterwards, let's meet up so that we can share all the troubles and tribulations that we're each having and how we solved it so we can help each other and we'll network and then maybe we'll help other people do the same thing. And we were just so excited. And the fact that we had somebody else to talk to, a like-minded person, which we talked about earlier. In the Bible, it says where 2 or more gather in my name, right? So 2 of us were talking about these amazing dreams that we both want to have. Hers is a little bit different than mine, but it's the same dream. The fact that we're talking about it actually helps bring it into being. And we're both excited and we're both wanting to help each other. That's how we manifest something like that into being. And the cool thing is we're manifesting with each other. So not just one thing is happening, 2 things are happening. In other words, we're even bigger than just what we were working on. Now we're talking about a network. Because we know there's other people that want to do the same thing as well. How cool is that? So this card, trust your intuition. Believe in your dream. If you think it's just a dream, well, it'll never happen. But if you sit down and you start writing it all down, which I already have mine in writing. I have a trust set up. I have the whole plan written out. I'm just waiting for the right time. Well, I think the right time is right around the corner. Writing it down, planning it out, but then being open and going with the flow is important because what was written when it was written was right. But maybe things change 3 months from when you write it, and you have to be open to those changes. Because once you start talking to the universe about this is what I really feel like I should be doing, remember the universe is going to say, oh, okay, yep, we're going to bring this in. You thought you were going to do it this way, or you thought you were going to do it with this person. We're going to change that a little bit. And you need to know that when you talk to your spirit guides and your angels and your highest self, they all have your best interest in mind, okay? We work with what we have around us, and that's not always the best, but it's what we have at the time. So be open to whatever changes the universe wants to bring to you, okay? Cool. Shit's hitting the fan. Go with the flow, guys. Make sure you got plenty of chocolate on hand, or bacon, or whatever. I have both. Actually, I have cheese, bacon, and chocolate. I'm supposed to say too, make sure you have things for your pets. So, having some food on hand. I mean, my dogs pretty much eat what I eat, so we got plenty. But having some non-perishable dog foods and cat foods on hand, yeah, it's a good thing. Got to take care of our babies. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. I send you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things. I also send you calmness and the ability to breathe. Namaste.